What is up, guys? This is Charlie, the Predestined Piper here. I'm coming back to you guys with a little bit of a different video. This is less pipe related and more just lifestyle related. I know a lot of guys in the pipe community are interested in the EDC community, so I wanted to go over what my EDC is on a given day. First up, I always have my ring on and my watch. This is an Omega Seamaster. Sorry, the video quality is terrible. I film on my phone. I have a Zulu Diver quick release band. And then next, I have my phone, which I'm filming on. I always have a pocket knife. This has a, I think this is a Lynch Northwest or some sort of titanium deep carry clip. And this is a zero tolerance 0470 good little pocket knife. Next, I always have some nicotine. Some Zins, just for when I'm in the office or not able to smoke a pipe. It's a terrible habit, but that's what I've got. Then I have a Redeemed Creations wallet. This is very nice and slim. I carry my ID, my concealed carry permit, my, insurance cards, debit, credit card, all that sort of easy stuff. Then I always have some chapstick, right? This is very practical EDC. Then next, I always have my keys on me, which includes a check tool on there, a little carabiner, my Toyota key, my gym key, and my house key. I try and keep things relatively light, a lot of stuff to be carrying, especially in the summertime when I have all these pockets. In the winter, when I have like a big old Carhartt jacket or jean jacket, I can throw a ton of stuff in my pockets. But summertime, not so much. Next, we'll get to kind of what I carry in terms of pipe-related stuff. So I always either carry a pocket jar or a little leather pouch. My pocket jar is in my work bag. Most of the time, my pipe EDC is in my work bag. And when it is, it's in this little pouch from Amazon. But when it's not, it's a small pipe in my pocket, right? So that check tool on my keychain is always nice to have. And then I carry a mini clipper lighter, which is real nice. Fits right in the pocket. Also, if I don't have my keys on me, the bottom works great as a tamper. This is all stuff that's been featured in, past videos of mine, but I thought it'd be cool to be more concise here. I always have, either a full-size pipe in my work bag, let's say like this Serge Jacopo, right? But this is not fitting in the pocket. So what I usually do is either I have my Moonshine Hillbilly, or I have this great pipe right here, which is a Norden Compass, right? It's the perfect pipe, a little poker, and it's nice because I can just throw it in my pocket, break it apart. So that goes with me. And then finally, there's a few other little things. It's always good to have a nice solid leather belt. And I always have my glasses, the typical stuff. But then I always have this nice little blade, this Grayson Jennings knife that I picked up a while back from the Mass General store out in Boone, North Carolina. It's a great little knife where, if I had to do some sort of defense, I could. But what I like is it's a fixed blade knife that is very dependable, but it's not a giant fixed blade that is going to scare people away. It's just, if I got to cut a little string off my shirt or open a box or something, I can have it. And it always sits right at my waistband in a wonderful little Kydex, sheath with these nice little clips. So that's easy. And then the last thing I carry is the SIG P365 macro. Sorry, I can't talk right now. SIG P365 macro. It's a great little gun, dependable. The magazine carries 17 and I carry one in the pipe at all times. If you don't have one in the pipe, it's a paperweight, not a gun. So, I want something that's dependable. I've probably put about 600 or 700 rounds through this and haven't had a single failure. In it, I carry these SIG hollow points, which always are, I haven't used them on any flesh, luckily. I pray that I never have to, but they've been dependable on targets. I'd recommend if you're looking into some new defense rounds, always cycle at least 2 magazines through. Make sure they cycle well, just hitting a target. That's carried in this sheath or holster. It's an Amazon one. It's Polecraft. I wouldn't recommend cheaping out on a holster, but I will say this was 25 bucks. Holds it in very well, covers the trigger, and has been extraordinarily comfortable. I'm a larger guy, so comfortability is very important to me. So, what are the main categories? I have, tools of knives and then personal defense. I have my wallet and chapstick, my Zins, my pipe and tobacco, my watch. Everything has real functionality, and this is, years and years of effort to, not have any waste, to not have any extra things in my pockets that I don't need. The knife, some would say, is kind of a redundancy. I'd say I've had so many folders fill on me that I like having a fixed blade, but I also like having another pocket knife that is more comfortable to hand somebody. Something that's simple. I'm not going to carry a out the front automatic knife or something that would scare somebody. But if somebody says, "Hey, can I borrow a knife?" I'm not going to hand them a fixed blade, even though it's probably the safest. It might freak people out. I always open this up and flip it around, hand it to them. They can hand it back to me, and I'll close it up. So, yeah, that's all I have for you today. Before I go, I wanted to comment on my most recent few videos. If you haven't seen my most recent video, I titled it "The Summer of Matches." Go check that out. That was just kind of a fun one, just like this is kind of a fun one. I haven't had a lot of time to film, so I'm just going off the top of my head real quick. I plan on doing some more tobacco reviews. In it, I opened a tin of Squadron Leader, which I put in a jar right here. I would highly recommend you go check that out. I think I'll do a tobacco review on that fairly soon. But the one before that was a shop tour on the Briary, and I want to thank you all for the wonderful support. I think I'm at about 2,000 views, which is double what I've gotten of anything else, and probably 4 times what I get on average, which is just amazing. I'm not here for the views. I'm here to educate y'all and show y'all, my life, what I'm interested in, specifically with pipes and tobacco most of the time. But it's always fun to see that because it's a metric of, oh, people enjoy this, or, oh, people are actually seeing this. Maybe I have something valuable to provide and people are seeing this pop up on their For You page. So thank you guys all for the wonderful support. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.